How to learn a language. Let me count the ways. Many people would agree that learning a language is best done when young. This is especially true when it comes to pronunciation. However, linguists, the people who study language, argue that adults can be good language learners too. How is that, you ask? Well, adults happen to be better than children in a few things, such as recognizing the patterns of language and applying their extensive background knowledge. So as long as you have the right study methods, whatever age you are can be the right age to learn and build your language skills. From this title, I know I'll be reading about learning languages. I can think about all my experience. What experience do you have learning languages? When we see the word however, it immediately shows a contrast. So from children being good language learners, we're going to see the author change. And then he cites linguists. Who are linguists? Tells us right in the context of the sentence. Linguists are the people who study language. So not only children, but adults can be good language learners too, according to the author. And then he's going to give us some supporting details to prove that. So adults can recognize the patterns of language. What are patterns? Patterns repeat. So in language, there are many parts of the language that repeat, and that makes up the rules of language. There's also background knowledge. That's what you know, and adults know a lot more than children. So the point is, according to the author, whatever age can be the right age. Do you agree with that? No doubt, English is a challenging language to master. For one thing, the language is quite large. According to the Global Language Monitor, there are an estimated 1,025,109,000 words in English, with more than 4,000 words added annually. But please don't do the math. You won't have to learn all of them to communicate well at work, home, or school. In fact, since we mostly speak in phrases, it's not how many words you know, but how well you express them. So being an effective communicator is not an impossible task. Other challenges to English learners are the idiomatic expressions and the spelling system, with only 26 characters to represent 43 sounds in English. This at times confuses even native speakers. Finally, there's the grammar, which though systematic, sometimes borders on crazy. Right away, we can see the main idea. English is a challenging language to master. And then the author has a citation. According to, that's what tells us he's going to, someone authoritative is going to present facts. It's the Global Language Monitor. And here come the facts. More than 1 billion words in English. More than 4,000 added annually. Right here, the author puts in a contrasting idea. You won't have to learn all of them to communicate. And it's how well you express yourself. He goes on with other challenges. So that's going to be adding more supporting details. Their idiomatic expressions, spelling. And then finally, we've got the word finally. That triggers that we're concluding this paragraph. There's grammar. So how do you overcome those challenges and proceed in a logical and positive way on the road to English proficiency? While there are many methods, one way is to follow the successes of other good language learners by first recognizing how you learn best, then identifying excellent learning techniques, and finally adopting those strategies that will provide the best results for you. A Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Might that not apply to language learning as well? Here we see the main idea. How do you overcome those challenges? One way begins to give us a list. Follow the success of other language learners. Recognize how you learn best. Identify learning techniques. And adopt the strategies that work best for you. And then finally it comes to the conclusion with a proverb. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Do you think that applies to language as well?